Today, police reveal photos from inside Stephen Paddock's 32nd floor hotel room at Mandalay Bay, where he opened fire on the crowd of thousands of people, young and old, gathering for a night of fun. And tonight, we're talking to local experts and how you can address this frightening topic with your children.
Eyewitness News reporter Rosie Woods has the story. New at 6.
Well, I met with a licensed clinical social worker earlier today. She gave me lots of tips on how to talk to your children about these tragedies. One of her tips was actually using books like these, especially for younger children.
I think it really is important, though, for us to encourage people to stick with their routines, and not to live in fear.
Family Service of Rhode Island is known for counseling children and young adults after a trauma or tragedy. So today I sat down with Sarah Kelly Palmer, a licensed clinical social worker, to get tips on how parents can talk to their children about this most recent mass shooting in Las Vegas.
Every kid is different, so I think the most important thing is to open up that conversation and to let them know that you're there to talk.
But depending on the age range of the child, Kelly Palmer says different tactics are necessary.
So for kids in elementary school, it can be really confusing because they really can't grasp a tragedy such as this. So that's where you really want to check in and give as little detail as possible, really, but make sure that your child knows that the event is over. For really young kids, seeing it on the news over and over again, they can think that something terrible is still happening. So it's really important to kind of shield younger kids from the media.
As for older children and teenagers, Kelly Palmer says it's natural for them to become anxious about going to similar events after a tragedy.
Trying to reassure kids that you can't guarantee that something isn't going to happen again, but there are people out there working really hard to try to prevent it.
Now, the #1 tip here today was just to keep the lines of communication open with your children and to reassure them that they are safe. In Providence, Rosie Woods, Eyewitness News.
And count on Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the Las Vegas shooting. We'll be tracking the investigation closely in the coming hours, days, and weeks, and uncovering any local connections that matter to you.
And we'll bring you new information around the clock on WDPRI.com.